All right, so everyone stand and then move up one.
Once everyone moves up.
No gaps on the chairs, please. All right, and then Lucas, you're passing out the paper. Okay, perfect. All right.
And then everyone should get one.
And then everyone on Zoom, I've already posted the PR scripts and objections. So you guys have that on the WhatsApp chat. Cool. All right, let's have a seat. Let's have a seat. So you're not gonna stay because I'm gonna do roll call. Yeah. Cool. All right, you guys ready? So PR call. All right, PR calling. So you do want to definitely have some paper and pen. All right, Antonio, we good? No. All right, good. All right, you definitely want to have some paper and pen to take notes. Okay, so today we're going to be teaching you the first fundamental thing about.
Oh, so okay.
It's just like being over.
It's okay. All right, is everyone ready? You guys all paying attention? Yes. Yes, yes. All right, beautiful. So PR calling, guys, right? This is the top of the funnel, right? In order to have a business, you need recruits, right? Well, this is how we schedule people for interviews to get them to show up to training to then sell, right? So this is the number one most important thing to get good at right now, not just for yourself to help your managers, right? But also for next summer, right? When you hire receptionists to teach them how to make PR calls. Does that make sense to everyone so far? So you want to make sure you are taking a lot of notes and paying very close attention. And then again, all of you on Sunday should be in the office observing PR calling from 3:30 to 5. Does that make sense? So today we have Miss Mia that's going to be running this today for you guys. She had the highest show out of all the branches this summer, right? So she's very, very good at PR calling. So you want to make sure you're taking a lot of notes. You guys should have a script and then also the objections, okay? But again, you want to make sure you also have paper and pen as well to take notes. Sound good to everyone? Yes, yes? All right, cool. Let's give it up for Miss Mia.
All right. Okay. You guys need a second? Or are you ready?
You need a second?
Was that Kaden? Was that Kaden? Probably would never. Just a little bit. I have them right here. You're good. All right, you're good.
It was like flat and then like fully.
All right, beautiful. I got it.
Okay.
It's like weird.
All right, everyone, attention, please. Okay. So raise your hand if you've ever booked a PR event. Like, you have. Okay, I already knew that. Nobody else? Gotcha. Do you guys know what a PR is? Okay, who can tell me? Personal recruit, correct. Okay. Now raise your hand if you were recommended to the job by like a PR. So like a friend or something. Gotcha. Okay. Now you guys obviously know that if someone didn't call them and someone didn't call you, you guys would not be here, right? So this is like the most important part. By the way, like this is my favorite talk, I swear. So I love PRs and it's because it's the most important thing. Specifically as a branch manager, you need this, right? So you can obviously, you're about to learn about SMRAs and all that kind of stuff, but if you don't know how to book a PR, well, obviously you're not going to have any people show up to your interview. So obviously it's very important, okay? So pretty much for this first part, I don't want you guys to look at the actual script, okay? It's just going to be like a lot of note taking. So I'm going to talk about the standards and kind of just like the mentality behind booking a PR, okay? So, okay. So the way you kind of want to approach PR calling is like how you book your demos, right? So you obviously book your demos to make a lot of money, right? So when you book PRs, you're obviously booking them to convert them into sales reps. And that obviously brings CPO to your office, okay? So that's very important, okay? The objective of the phone call is to get them to show up to the interview, not for you to answer all of their questions, okay? So leave that to obviously the manager. You do not have to answer all of their questions. So we obviously want to make them comfortable enough to even show up to the interview. I just want you guys to understand that. Okay. And I'm about to explain how. So 99% of the time, if someone answers, you should be booking them for an interview. Okay. Lucas can tell you that. 99% of the time.
Absolutely.
Okay. But I do want to talk about the 3 reasons why people will show up to an interview. Okay. The first one is confidence in the script. So do you guys remember from your sales rep training or your confidence checkpoints? Yes? Okay. So 3 and 10. Okay. So who can kind of explain that? Lucas, go ahead.
Like confidence checkpoint.
3 and 10.
So for demos or for PR?
No, in general, just like
So,
confidence checkpoints.
3,
like anything.
just like checking yourself after 3 PRs, see how you feel. 10.
Okay. Sure. So the first time you do anything, how are you going to feel?
Nervous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the third time?
Third time feeling a little better. Then
Okay.
10 you're trying to build actual some
Yeah.
confidence.
By the 10th time that you book a PR, you're going to be like, oh, I can do this. Like any person that picks up, I'm going to book them. Like you'll be fine, right? But you got to remember to just do it. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you're confident in yourself and your ability to just talk to people. Obviously, you guys already do that with your demos, so it's not different, you know? If anything, you can relate to these people a lot more because they're your age. You know what I'm saying? So it should be very, very simple. Okay. So I'd rather you guys, and I'd write this down, I'd rather you guys just say the wrong thing with confidence than say the right thing and just sound like, I don't know, like sound kind of slow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want you to say 1 + 1 is 7. Okay, like that, right? But if you say, I think 1 + 1 is 2, well, you obviously don't sound confident, right? I would not want to show up to the interview. So they don't know what you're supposed to say. You can literally say whatever you want and you'll be fine, okay? As long as you say it with confidence, okay? All right, so 9 out of 10 times, you shouldn't get an objection as long as you're confident in the script. I want you guys to understand that. This is the first impression of our company. So you guys, when you are picking up that phone and calling them. So why would they feel confident showing up to an interview if you aren't even confident in sharing the details about our company? I'd write that down. So just remember, you are the first impression, okay? So that was the first reason, confidence in the script. The second reason is rapport, okay? You obviously know how to do this because, again, you do this with your customers. So just kind of think like professionally friendly, okay? So you don't want to be their bestie, right? But you also want to make them feel good, right? Make them feel comfortable, okay? But keep it at like a good level of professional, okay? So for example, if you walk in, like, well, here goes to the gym. Let's just do the gym. There's usually someone at the counter, like kind of greeting you and all of that. They're always very nice, right? And they're like, oh, welcome in. Like, how are you doing today? But they're not trying to be your best friend, right? Obviously, their job is just to be nice to you, right? They're not going to be your bestie. So that's kind of the way you want to think about rapport, okay? Biggest thing here is just kind of making a connection and find something to relate to them. So if you played a sport and let's just say they said, oh, well, I play soccer or I'm going to school for soccer, something like that. And you played soccer, well, don't you think you should let them know? Oh, cool, I play soccer as well, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like, that's not weird, just tell them, right? You're finding something to relate to that. Okay? It makes them feel really good and like welcome. If it's just like you're asking these questions, then it doesn't feel okay, you know what I'm saying? So always ask open-ended questions. I'd write that down. Open-ended questions, okay? And then lastly with rapport is one reason as to why they could be a good fit, not why they would be a good fit, right? Why they could be, okay? Because we're not a charity, we're not just offering jobs to literally anyone, right? So why they could be a good fit. All right. Then the third one is same day, next day efficiency. Okay. So let me ask you guys this. People your age, are they good at time management?
No.
No. Okay. Raise your hand if you know someone very forgetful. Like if you ask them what they ate yesterday for lunch, they're literally not even gonna know. Okay. Exactly. I do think I use a planner, guys. I do the same thing. Okay. So, what do you think would happen if we scheduled a college student 72 hours later for their interview? They're not going to show up, right? Like, unless they're like really buttoned up, but they're probably just not going to show up, okay? So why do you guys think we schedule same day, next day?
academic.
Yeah.
Same day next day.
Yeah.
More likely to show up because it's recent.
Yeah, correct. And guess what? That creates urgency. I kind of want you guys to write that down. Urgency. It's very important when we're booking PRs. All right, so again, I'm gonna say these one more time. So 3 reasons why people will show up to an interview. Confidence in the script. Okay, what's the second one?
Report.
Okay, what about the third one?
Same day next day.
Correct, okay. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the standards. So a lot of you guys are gonna be booking PRs from like Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. No one really books PRs on a Wednesday because most of the interviews are within that time frame, okay? So that just to let you guys know about now, okay? So with standards, 20 to 25 calls an hour at a minimum. And again, I would be writing this down. Your managers are probably going to test you on Sunday. So 20 to 25 calls an hour at a minimum. Okay, 2 PRs booked per hour, and that's at a minimum. Your goal as a TLA member should be 3. Okay, so 40% show at a minimum. Your goal should be 50. 40% show at a minimum, but your goal should be 50. Like, that would be impressive. All right, just to let you guys know, okay, I did have the best shot of all the branches and so did my PR caller. So again, you need this for your office, or for your offices that you're on right now, but you obviously need this for yourself when you are running a branch. Okay, it's very, very important that you know how to PR call. Okay, this is really going to dictate CPL, if I'm being honest. Okay. All right, let's kind of talk a little bit about the script. Okay, and then if you have questions, you guys can just write them for me. Okay. So I want everyone to be on their script.
Okay, just have it, that's what I know.
That's okay. But I mean, if you want to write stuff down that maybe you haven't heard before, you might not just drop that. All right. Okay. So, by the way, feel free to write things down here, okay? You guys are going to be using this. And by the way, my PR script definitely looks like this. Okay, this isn't mine. This is the one that I'm using for today. But mine definitely looks like this. I have a bunch of stuff highlighted because you guys do need these notes, okay? So, just to let you guys know, this is a little tip for boys, okay? Would you guys talk to Mrs. Jones when you're on the phone with her like this? Hi, Mrs. Jones. My name is O'Neill. With a super big voice. Obviously not, right? We're not gonna do that. So, I mean, you obviously need to have a phone for this, okay? Now, again, I'm not telling you to sound like a girl. I don't want that, right? I'm not telling you to do that. Be yourself, right? But have your phone voice, okay? So that is for boys. Now, for girls, it obviously comes a little bit easier, so you guys can see like you bring it so. Yeah, it comes a lot easier for girls, okay? But boys can be great PR coach too, by the way. Just letting you know. All right, so with the first sentence, so where it says hi, okay? This has to be the porkiest hi ever. Like when I say the porkiest hi ever, I'm like, hi, like, hi, like literally like that. Okay, Sophia, do it for me. Yeah, do it. Hi. Yeah, like that. Okay. Because think about it, guys. Like this is like you just called them, right? They don't know that we're calling unless they were like booked, or sorry, unless they applied online and clearly they're expecting your call. So really, pretty much what you guys are going to be calling. They don't really know that you're calling. Okay. So yeah, so you want to make sure, like, you know, back in school in like English when they taught you to like do attention grabbers when you wrote essays, kind of like that. You want to grab someone's attention. So like, hi, Sophia. Yes, you see, right? So like you kind of want to have that vibe, okay? So pretty much for this first one, you don't need to say your full name. So you could say like Mia, right? Sophia, that's it. You don't have to say Mia Cologne. You know, you don't have to do all that, okay? So, hi, Sophia. Yes, hi, this is Mia, okay? And then you keep going, okay? It gets very quirky, okay? Then again, I'm going to teach you guys how to do traditional today. You guys can call interview and social media. And then if you're in a college town, then you will do campus. But Your managers will teach you how to do that, okay? Because I'm pretty sure this Sunday you guys are just gonna do tradition. But anyway, so hi, Sophia.
Yes.
Hi, this is Mia. I work with Annika Page. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Okay. So what do you guys notice from that? What do you notice, Lucas?
Say your first and last name.
Okay. So guys, with the first and last name, I mean, Anna definitely has like a different name that I don't think everyone has. But like, I would say Mia is a common name. You know what I'm saying? So if I said, oh, I work with Mia, well, they're gonna be like, well, what Mia? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to have them thinking, okay? Not that long. So pretty much it's like, okay, well, Mia Cologne, right? Annika Page. Just make it very, very simple. Okay, so I work with Annika Page. How are you? What do you notice about the how are you again?
Turkey.
Very, very perky. Okay, again, like my phone voice is on top. Okay, you want that. Okay, so I work with Annika Page. How are you? Good. Great. So did Anna tell you that I was going to be calling?
I don't think so.
Okay. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna say no. Just to let you know. They're probably gonna say no. Okay. But just make sure you're saying that rep's name as much as possible. Okay. So did Anna tell you that I was going to be calling? No. Okay. Well, that's okay. I probably got to you before she did. Anyways, the reason why I'm calling is because your friend Anna just started working with us. She's doing very well and knew we were looking to fill a few more spots on our team. Okay. What did you guys notice about few? Yeah, a few more spots. Okay. I'm creating urgency already early on it within the phone call. So I would underline few. Okay, so again, we were looking to fill a few more spots on our team. She recommended you as someone who was possibly looking for work and would be a good fit. With possibly, I'm not saying they're looking for work. I'm just saying they might be looking for work. You know what I'm saying? Like their friend just recommended them. It's nothing crazy, you know? So possibly looking for work and would be a good fit. Do you have just a quick minute? And again, here, perky. Like you want to be super perky with this. Okay. So do you have a quick minute?
Yes.
What? All right, so make sure you guys underline possibly, and then do you have a quick minute, which should be on you. I'm gonna tell you to probably underline stuff that's already underlined because I underlined it. Yeah. All right. Possibly looking for work, and we can fit you have just a quick minute. All right. If you get a yes here, just to let you guys know, 9 times out of 10, you will be booking. Actually, 99% of the time, you will be booking this person. Okay. As long as you get a yes here. Okay. So, do you have just a quick minute? Okay, yes. Just to make sure, are you at least 18 years old?
Oh, yes.
Okay, just to let you guys know, okay? During the summer, I'm sorry. Anyways, during the summer, so usually we would hire like or talk to 17-year-olds that were graduated, right? Like I graduated when I was 17 years old. Like I have a little bit of a later birthday, right? But now it's the fall, okay? So a lot of people have already turned 18. Now let's just say you get a no here. It is okay to ask them, hey, are you 17 and graduated? Okay, so you can jot that down. Like, hey, are you 17 and graduated? But most of the time, like we're really just focused on like college students right now. So really everyone should be 18, but there are a few 17-year-old college students just like. Okay. All right, once you get a yes here, and do you have a laptop with a camera? Oh, guys, by the way, it is 2026. A lot of people either have a laptop or an iPad, okay? Yeah, but let's just say they have neither of those. Well, obviously this job isn't going to work out for them. We do a lot of virtual meetings and all that kind of stuff. So under that or next to it, wherever you want to write it, as long as you can see it, if they say no to having a laptop, right, do you have an iPad? Okay. All right. Now we're going into actually talking about the facts of the company. Okay. Pretty much just explaining the position, right? So, okay. So the name of the company is Cutco, and we've been in business since 1949. The openings we have are in entry-level customer sales and service, working one-on-one with our customers, answering their questions, and helping them fill out order forms. Okay, let's talk about that first line. So why do you think we're saying 1949?
Credibility.
Credibility, right? Like your demos, okay? And talk about the company. So 1949, just go into credibility again. We did just open up. I really have to say. Anyways, okay. Then we go into the openings we have are an entry level customer sales and service. So with entry level, what does that mean?
Just because.
No experience, yes. So pretty much anyone can work here, right? You don't need any sales experience. I mean, think about it. I think from just like working here for a few years, like the only person that I know that has experience in sales is Kaden. Like that I've talked to like a new rep, it's Kaden. I don't think I've ever met someone that has sales experience. So obviously when we say entry level, it makes them feel welcome to come try something new. You know what I'm saying? So it's very important that you have that. So again, underline that. And then 1949 as well. Okay. Now with the commas, guys, so this is how you would not want to read this. You want to take that space, but let me show you how you wouldn't want to read this. The openings we have are an entry-level customer sales and service, working one-on-one with our customers, answering the questions and helping them fill out order forms. Did you really understand much? Okay. And what does a confused mind always say?
No.
Okay, so if they don't understand the details of the position, how do you think they're gonna react? You're gonna be like, yeah. Like literally like that. They'll just hang up one, okay? You don't want that. Okay. So pretty much just take that in, okay? So whenever you're reading this, I just like to, because I'm a fast talker, just to let you guys know. I've always been a fast talker. But I always like to, okay. So the name of the company is Cutco, and we've been in business since 1949. The openings we have are an entry-level customer sales and service, working one-on-one with our customers, answering their questions, and helping them fill out order forms. You guys see how I'm not taking like 20 seconds on each comma, but for sure I'm taking some time to just breathe, right? Because again, I want them to actually understand the details of the company. Okay? So that's very important. So I would even just like fold the commas, like with your pencil, like just make them a little bit bigger and probably put to the side to take some time, okay? Literally like 2 seconds. You don't need that much time, maybe just 2 seconds, okay? All right. Now with the next line, the pay is $22 guaranteed, which is not based on sales or commissions. What do you notice from there?
$22 guaranteed.
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, so $22 guaranteed. Let's not say $22 an hour, okay? Just because you see that little dollar sign, okay? $22 guaranteed. If we say $22 an hour, we're being truthful.
No.
We know it's $22 per appointment, okay? So $22 guaranteed, okay? And then obviously just letting them know that they have the opportunity to make more money, okay? So, which is not based on sales or commissions. So if you're highlighting, then I would just highlight not. If you're underlining, just underline not. Just make sure you emphasize that. Okay. All right, now here, for you guys that are like innovators and like obviously merchants, like you guys love to not be on script, okay? This is the only part that you can be off script, okay? And you don't need to like follow the questions at all. Pretty much you can do your own thing as long as it kind of just like matches with the good. It's just a tad bit, okay? But for you merchants, this is where you actually get the chance to talk to people, okay? And you actually build that connection. So right here, so where it says, so rep, are you in school right now or currently working? We're just gonna use Anna's name, okay? Anna, I do want you to answer, okay? So Anna, are you in school right now or currently working anywhere at the moment?
In school.
You're in school, which school do you go to?
Oak State.
Gotcha, what are you majoring in?
Theater.
Theater, what made you get into that?
I've been doing it.
Oh, really? Have you done any like plays or anything like that recently?
Yeah.
Which ones?
Drug Apple, Piston Pigs, and others.
Well, I've never heard of those, but I would love to go see them, okay? Now, are you working anywhere at all?
Yes.
Where are you working at?
McDonald's.
Say McDonald's.
McDonald's.
Oh, what position? Which I guess that doesn't really make sense. But Cashier. There you go, cashier. Oh, okay, so you like talking to customers? Yeah, all the time. Gotcha, okay. Do you guys see how it's like flowing? I'm not even looking at the script, it's just flowing, okay? Pretty much the biggest thing with report, and I would literally, guys, write this down because this is super important, and I see a lot of new representatives or new managers, they mess up with report. So with report, here's the thing. Get them to laugh. Okay? So pretty much if she said McDonald's, I literally could have yelled, I love McDonald's, and that would have probably got her to laugh. Because like, who says that? You know what I'm saying? That would have definitely got her to laugh, right? But it was genuine. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you always want to be genuine with report. Don't force it because people can tell. You know how you can tell when someone's being fake?
Yeah.
Same thing with this. Okay. That's why I'm saying always be yourself when you're PR calling. Always be yourself with the script. Okay. But obviously make sure you're on script. Okay. So again, very important. Okay. So what was I saying? Oh, get them to laugh. Okay. Once you get them to laugh, you're good. Okay. Now I would write down with report 60 to 90 seconds is enough. Okay. And then again with report, as long as you're asking open-ended questions, it should keep flowing. Okay. Do you guys know what open-ended questions are? Okay, who can say one? Yes, and? Oh, yeah, like stuff that does not end, or sorry, a question that cannot be answered with like a yes or no. Like you kind of have to elaborate. And that's what you want, right? You want them to get to talking. Now for the yappers, like you don't want to know too much. Again, 60 to 90 seconds is like perfect, okay? So, but just make sure you get them to laugh. 60 to 90 seconds, open-ended questions. And again, just not too much time on this, okay? A lot of things people make mistakes on with this specifically is that they'll spend like 8 minutes. And I'm like, what do you have to talk about with someone that you don't know? You know what I'm saying? So don't do that, okay? I would even write down to the side where you're actually writing your other notes. Your PR call should only take like 6 to 8 minutes. Mine take 8 minutes on the dot. I'm a merchant, okay? So I love to talk, but 8 minutes on the dot every single time. Yeah. You're welcome. Okay. And then last thing with report, you never want to seem too impressed. Okay. When you're like, oh wow, you know, then they feel too good for the job. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not saying humble someone, but it's never like, oh my God, like you never want to act like that. Because then again, they seem way too good for this job and like think about it. They're not even a 5-star recruit. Like I guess you guys don't even know what that is yet, but either. Sorry, what? Huh? What did you say? Oh, really? Okay. Well, then there you go, right? But like, they're not a 5-star recruit. Don't make them feel like they are, because then they feel like they made it. No one has ever made it. Okay. So never seem too impressed. Okay. You can say, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And then keep moving. And then if you guys need help with like report building questions, then we can definitely touch on that. But again, it's just keep going with the conversation. All right, moving on. Well, I wanted to let you know that we do have flexible schedules and our students can work part-time or around their classes or other jobs. Some of the students that work with us have been able to earn college credit. And we've also had students earn scholarships based on their performance with the company. So what do you guys think are key words here? Scholarships, part-time, around flexible schedules, and then college credit. We didn't say that. So super important. So if you don't have those like underlined, just make sure that you like know that those are important words that you kind of want to stop afterwards. So they kind of just like take that in. Okay. So again, I'm going to show you guys the script thing. Well, I wanted to let you know that we do have flexible schedules and our students can work part-time around their classes or other jobs. Just like that, okay? All right, with the next question, since again, you guys will be calling traditional, that line at the bottom, you're obviously going to say it. Your managers will teach you when to not say it. So, Anna, since you came personally recommended by Sophia, it gives you priority over other applicants who applied online. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. What word do you guys think here is super important?
Priority.
Priority.
Priority, yes. So I want you guys to underline that. So why do you guys think I want to like emphasize like priority?
Urgency.
Urgency, sure, but it also makes them feel good. They're like, oh my God, like I'm so good. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, oh wow, like thank you, Sophia, for recommending me to this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm giving them priority. Okay. Think about it. When someone says that, oh, you have priority, how does that make you feel? And I'm like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So it just makes them feel good. All right. That's why I don't like the fans. They're blowing my papers away. And then, really quickly, last thing with this page, okay, for your actual notes. So just make sure you're saying their name as much as possible. That is just like one-on-one, like just like making sure that you're a good human being and you're listening, and like how to just grab someone's attention too. Like, hey Cam, how was your day? All right, Cam. I don't know. Just just saying their name a lot, you know? If I was like, hey, how was your day? I don't know, like you wouldn't even know I'm talking. You know what I'm saying? It just makes them feel good too, like just bringing them in to the conversation. So like sometimes, do you guys notice when like your managers are talking and I don't know whether they say your name and you're like, oh, you know, why do you think they do that? They're bringing you in. Yeah. So say their name as many times as possible. That's why you see red. You see that the blank spots, right? Now, obviously make sure that it makes sense, right? And you don't have to say the other person's name who recommended them, but really just say their name as much as possible. Okay. All right. Well, Anna, you definitely sound like the kind of person our managers would want to do. So what I can do for you is set you up to interview virtually. That way you can ask any of the specific questions that you have at that time, and the manager can look over your application and give you more information on the positions available. How does that sound? Right? Okay. So here, there's a few things. With the first sentence, well, Anna, okay, so you can obviously say, well, you sound like the kind of person our managers would want to interview. Now say their name, okay? It just means like you're actually listening and all of that. So, well, Anna, you sound like the kind of person our managers would want to interview, okay? So underline would want. Okay, again, we're making them feel good. So what I can do for you, again, we're making them feel good. So underline what I can do for you is set you up to interview virtually. Now, I underlined virtually because a lot of people, like, if you don't kind of emphasize, hey, it's a virtual interview, you know what I'm saying? So emphasize that it's a virtual interview virtually. Okay. That way you can ask any of the specific questions that you have at that time. So what did I tell you guys earlier? What is your job when you're doing PR call? Get them to show up and not what? Correct, not answer all of their questions. So here, I kind of stopped that because if you think about it, they don't really have the opportunity on this page to kind of ask you questions, right? So here I'm like, that way you can ask any of the specific questions that you have at that time, okay? So kind of just telling them, hey, ask the manager. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do not ask me. So specific questions, okay? And then at that time, and then the manager can look over your application. So I would underline that time and then the manager. Again, just letting them know, I'm not going to answer your questions, the manager will. And give you more information on the positions available. Again, how did that sound? How should it sound? Super perky, right? Super upbeat. How does that sound? Okay. Okay, perfect. Now we do have a lot of applicants and the manager is looking to fill positions right away. We are interviewing on a first come, first considered basis, so I would like to get you in as soon as possible. So Anna, what does your schedule look like specifically for tomorrow? Awesome. Okay, with the first sentence, what do you guys notice? So now we do have a lot of applicants. So what words do you guys think that I should be emphasizing underlining?
A lot.
A lot, yeah, a lot, okay? To let them know, hey, urgency, again, we're like urgency, it's super important with this. And then right away, again, urgency. then we are telling them, again, we are interviewing on a first come, first considered basis. Okay? Like get a spot now, basically. Okay? So I would like to get you in as soon as possible. Okay? I would underline as soon as possible. So Anna, what does your schedule look like specifically for tomorrow? Okay? With that part, it's kind of just based on like the way that your office works, okay? Usually you guys are going to be doing most of your PR calling on Sunday, okay? So really, some offices do interviews on Sundays. I know Gainesville does not, but a lot of offices do. So you guys know. A lot of offices do interviews on a Sunday. So if you're calling on a Sunday, let's say it's like 2 p.m. or something, and then the interview's like 5:15, well, clearly you want to make sure you woke up. You know what I'm saying? So then you can actually say there, what does your schedule look like for the remainder of today? Okay. And then get them in same day. Okay. If not, then you're shooting for next day. Okay. Okay. Now with this part, okay, you want to kind of walk them through their schedule. Okay. So pretty much just how it would look like. All right. And you have school, but you have a 2-hour gap. All right, so Anna, what does your schedule look like specifically for tomorrow?
I think it's 6.
No, Anna, tell me what you have going on.
Oh.
Yeah, so like starting from the morning. Okay, so Anna, what do you have going on from the morning all the way to the end of the day?
I have classes in the morning
What time?
at 9:30 and
Okay, what time is it at?
10:45.
Okay, notice how I don't care about timing off. I want to make sure that I know exactly what time. I need times, okay? And then it ends at 10:45. Let's say I have an interview at 2:15. So, and then at 6. Okay, so class ends at 10:45. How long does it take for you to get home?
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Okay, so you'd be getting home around like 11:15.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. What do you have going on? What do you have going on after you get home?
Nothing.
Nothing?
No.
You don't have to.
Oh yeah, I do have things.
It's okay. All right, so she said nothing. Cool. So you don't have anything going on for the rest of the day. Perfect. All right. Okay. Did you have anything else that might get in the way of an interview? No. Okay. Okay. It looks like the manager can meet with you today at 2:15 p.m. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds great.
Perfect. Okay. Let me just get your information. What did you guys notice? Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, I know what times I have. Okay. Think about it. As the manager, you know what times you have available. Right? And then in your offices, they should put all the times in front of you. You do not have to search for these times, right? But I want them to feel like I don't have time and I'm like squeezing them in. Okay. So yeah. I basically just want to make sure that they know that I'm squeezing them in, that I really didn't have time, but I did make some time for them. Does that make sense? Yes, yes.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. So again, it looks, wait, sorry. What does your schedule look like specifically for tomorrow?
Classes in the morning.
Gotcha. Let's just say I already know she's available at 2:15. Okay. Gotcha. So did you have anything else that might get in the way of an interview?
No.
Let me see what I can do for you. Okay, it looks like the manager can meet with you tomorrow at 2:15 p.m. How does that sound? Great, perfect. Okay, just pause. Okay, because think about it. If you said, did you have anything else that might get in the way of you making an interview? No, perfect. Okay, so it looks like the manager can meet with you if you did. Do you see how it doesn't feel like special? You know what I'm saying? So I had to find this time for her, basically. That's how I want to make it feel. Okay. All right, moving on. Did you guys sneeze? Oh, I was like, bless you. Okay, great. Let me get your information. I just want to check the spelling of your name. Okay, now here's where you confirm. So basically with the system, It basically just like, you know how you guys did this in training, you guys shared some of your contacts and then like, you know how some people's names like, I don't know, what do you guys name your friends? Bestie, like whatever the case may be. Well, some people have nicknames. Like again, my real name is Mia Leoni, right? But people call me Mia. No one really knows that, just so you guys know. So guess what? What they're gonna do is probably put Mia on their phone. But guess what? My name is Mia Leoni. So if someone called me, I'd tell them, hey, my name is Mia Leoni. So I want to make sure that I always have the spelling right and I actually have their name. Okay. Because Katie can be spelled a few different ways. Isaiah's name is not spelled like a regular Isaiah, right? And then Cam's name, it's short for something else that I won't say. Okay. Well, I don't know if you care. But no, I'm just saying, I don't know if you care. But either way. Oh, you don't care. So it's short for Camden, right? But a lot of people would say, oh, it's probably Cameron, right? And they would guess. Well, you gotta ask, okay? So like, just make sure you actually get their first and last name. Okay. Okay. And by the way, you don't have to go A as in apple, P as in pineapple. You don't have to do that. That's overdoing it, okay? Like literally just say, all right, Annika. Okay, so is it Annika? Perfect. Okay. All right, let's move on. And is this your cell phone number? Look, tell me yes. Okay, we don't have phone phones anymore. Oh, why is that? And what is your email address? Again, you do not have to say A as in apple, P as in pineapple. You don't have to do that, okay? Literally, if it's like Rainbow Girl 12. Well, you know how to spell rainbow, and I'm sure you know how to spell girl. Okay, so just put two and two together really quick. Okay. Okay, great. Now, do you have something to take notes with? Take your time. I'll wait. Why do you guys think I want them to write this down? So we don't forget and they actually show up. Okay. And actually, when you write things down, you actually like, you actually remember it. So yeah. Okay. All right. I have you scheduled for tomorrow. So let's say it's Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. And you will be meeting with Mrs. Mia. Mrs. Mia. I don't know why it says phone up to the person. But anyway, Mrs. Mia. Okay, Mrs. Markowitz. Mrs. Jordan, whatever the case may be. Whoever you want to say, whoever's actually interviewing the person, you can say that. If you want to build up the recruiter, you can do that as well. Or just kind of tell them, hey, make sure you show up prepared. Okay. All right, and then Anna, are you familiar with online video conferencing such as Zoom? Yeah. Okay, our company actually created our own video platform we use for interviewing that is very similar to that. You'll get an email before the interview with the link to join the meeting. If you don't receive that email, please reach out to us at our management line, which you will get that from your managers, of course. But you must be on a computer, not a cell phone. Okay, underline, you must be on a computer, not a cell phone. Because you'll always have that one person that joins on a phone. Okay. But if you emphasize it, they shouldn't. Okay. You must be on a computer, not a cell phone. Now, we recommend using Google Chrome as your browser, if possible, because it's the most compatible with our video software. Super self-explanatory here, you're just kind of giving them the details. Okay, Anna, I have you set for Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. Remember to dress professionally, where it says elaborate. Just keep it very simple, okay? So for guys, like a collared t-shirt or like a button down with like a top, like something very simple. And then for girls, like a blouse. Okay, like what Anna has on with you can describe that. Just a blouse. Okay. All right. Remember to dress professionally and please have paper and pen for notes. If everything does go well, the interview can take up to 60 to 90 minutes. Obviously, that's only if everything goes well, but I just recommend planning your schedule accordingly. Okay, so quickly here, I would be underlining if everything does go well. Okay, you're not honestly in a spot. You're just saying if everything does go well. And then just letting them know, I always like to underline 60 to 90 minutes so they know that they are going to be waiting for a little bit. Okay. Obviously, that's only if everything goes well, but I'd recommend planning your schedule accordingly. Again, my name is Mia Salone. Good luck, Anna, and we definitely look forward to seeing you on Tuesday at 2:15 p.m. Bye.
Me too.
Okay. Here, I always like to end it like very upbeat. Now, by the way, with the script, just make sure that you have the kind of the same tonality. Boys tend to sometimes they start off super perky and then they start talking like this. And they'll scare the girls away. You start talking like this, right? So it's like just make sure you keep the same tonality throughout, and pretty much that's basically it. It's very simple. Just be yourself, be super perky. Just remember, be professional, but also like friendly, and that's pretty much it. Perfect timing.